pivotal moments for me. I think the first would definitely be meeting Rahman sir and recording Idea with him, which was the first thing that happened in 2012. That coming out was a huge thing for me, and that's what really set off the whole journey. Recording with him again, Indulge-The, which was in 2013, that was a big one because though Idea was my first song with him, we recorded that over Skype. Indulge-The was the first song that we recorded together in person in Chennai. I mean, I'm not going to speak on the specifics or else it won't be a surprise.
Definitely though.
But
you can give us, little hints and clues.
Well, I've recently been working on a lot of original music in Indian languages, and we're releasing a song soon. It's in Tamil. So that will be a part of the list, but there's other pieces that are unreleased I'm still working on.
Hi and welcome to Indulge podcast. This is Srishti Kulkarni, and on today's episode with us we have the multi-talented singer Sid Sriram, and we are catching up with him after quite a long time, to be honest. Welcome to the podcast, Sid.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's dive right into it. Your homecoming tour. You have performed in India many times before, but this is your first official tour across India.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to, call it a homecoming tour and, do it especially in like the main cities of India?
Yeah, I think it just felt like the right time. Like you said, I've done a bunch of shows across the country over the years, but now I've been a professional musician for just over a decade. And it just felt like the right time to celebrate kind of the breadth of the discography that I have, and to really kind of celebrate this whole journey that I've had with music over the years. Sometimes it just feels right, and that's what it felt like this time. So there wasn't like a ton of thinking or like logic behind it. It just felt like a gut instinct thing, so we went with it. And the cities that I'm performing in happen to be just the cities that have I think my biggest fan bases and that have really kind of embraced me as their own. So in that way, that's why we're going to these cities. And I want to perform in many more cities in the future as well, but it felt like for this one specifically, it felt like a great way to kind of put this in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just told us that you're celebrating a decade of, pursuing as an artist professionally.
Yeah.
So can you just, give us a glimpse of how these 10 years have been, your milestone moments? Because 10 years is a long time, and then I'm pretty sure you have at least 10 moments to share with us.
Yeah, so it's actually been, I think specifically, it's been 13 years. I started in 2012, we're in 25, so just over a decade. There's been a bunch of moments over the years that feel really special and like pivotal moments for me. I think the first would definitely be meeting Rahman sir and recording Idea with him, which was the first thing that happened in 2012. That coming out was a huge thing for me, and that's what really set off the whole journey. I think after that, recording with him again, Indulge-The, which was in 2013, that was a big one because though Idea was my first song with him, we recorded that over Skype. Indulge-The was the first song that we recorded together in person in Chennai, and that is a moment I'll never forget because again, he's my hero, and just to be in the studio with him, and there's a very, very special energy in his studio in Panchatan in Chennai, and that I'll never forget that. I think third, Tali Pogade, when that came out in 2016. Before that, I had like 3 songs in films. It was Adiye Ennod Niyandal and Yane Maatrum Kadale. All the songs were hits, but people didn't really know who I was. So I was still kind of like my career hadn't yet properly taken off. But once Tali Pogade came out, everything just kind of like blew up. So that's, I guess, like a fourth moment. In Came Kavale is a big one.
Definitely.
Because that was my first, like, I would say that's my breakout Telugu song. I had Adiga Adiga before that, which is a pretty important moment as well. Because before Adiga Adiga, I'd done dubs of Telugu songs from primarily Tamil films. But In Came Kavale was, it just kind of like, I when I recorded that, I knew it was a special song, and I knew that there was something really magical in it. But you never can really predict how a song is going to perform.
Yeah.
And that one just kind of like surpassed
all
expectations completely. And I would say like in modern times in Indian music, one of the first like truly like, we love to use the word now, but like pan-Indian songs, because it really traverses the whole country.
Definitely.
I mean, there's so many more after that. There's like so many moments. I think I have an album called Entropy that's in
Mm-hmm.
English that came out in 2018. That was my first like full self-produced album. That was a very important moment for me. And I mean, I could go on. Honestly, there's like many things that have
No,
happened.
please do, because I think these are moments our readers live for and want to know.
Sure. I think after that, I think Srivalli is a huge moment. I've always been a big fan of Allu Arjun Garu, and obviously Samaja Vargamana was also really big. But this song specifically, it allowed me to tap into something different in my voice. And that song again just became this cultural phenomenon across the country. After that, during the pandemic, actually, this wasn't even like my own song, but I put up a cover of a Marathi song called Apsara Ali,
Mm-hmm.
and that felt like a really important moment because for the first time, I didn't even realize that I had a big Marathi speaking fan base, and once that went out, I just got so much love for it. And though it was a cover, it felt really special. I think Unna Nenetsu, which is a song I recorded for Ilayaraja Sir, was a huge moment for me because he is another hero of mine, another real giant of music and a legend of legends. So working with him was huge. Then after that, I in 2023 I released an album called Siddharth, which is a fully English language album. But that was really me kind of taking a deeper step into my original music and having that kind of travel the world. Along and around that album, we did NPR Tiny Desk, which was a really magical moment, and then we did Coachella a little bit after that. Nisingam Dan, which again with AR Sir, that's a really, I mean that had multiple lives. When the first song first came out, it was very popular, which is great. But after that, it almost became like the theme song for MS Dhoni, which is
Right.
crazy. And then recently, Virat Kohli also said that's his favorite song, so that was really cool. And then now we're here. I think the tour that we're gonna do in November and December will be like number 10 on the list. So I'll give you guys. I think that might have been 9, maybe here or there a couple, but.
Yeah, that's okay. That
But
works.
I think I've been blessed through this whole kind of trajectory of multiple points in my career. There's so many songs and moments. Like Maruat is one of my favorite songs that I've recorded. That felt like a really kind of special moment as well. But yeah, there's been many points through this whole kind of process and this journey that feel magical, and it's nice to kind of think back on them for sure.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So, all of us know that your voice is what truly brings the audience to you, to the concerts. And you're one of the few artists who can, grab onto many South Indian languages and, not even just South Indian languages and, English and Hindi and all of that.
Sure.
But, concerts these days are a whole experience besides the music itself. So, what can audience and attendees expect as a concert experience besides your lovely voice and your lovely music?
I think what we really hold on to dearly, and we, as a band, I've been performing with most of these guys for now, just under a decade. We started
Mhm.
our first show was in 2016, I think. And what we do is like a 3-hour show, right? Same band on stage. There's like no dancers, like no extra frills. We really kind of try to embody like that spirit of old school rock bands where we get on stage and we're rocking out with each other. And it's really about the music. There's obviously great visuals and the lighting is really well done and all that. But I love to stand on the fact that we don't need much more to
Mhm.
keep, and the energy that we put forth is what really makes the audience go crazy. I think what I believe in is that music is such a powerful form of energy, and especially when you're performing in front of tens of thousands of people, if the music is coming from a place of just like well-intentioned, honest music that's performed with a sense of like energy, honesty, and love, that moves mountains. And I think that's what makes our show special, is the fact that and this is no knock to shows that have like a ton more by way of production or like more personnel and stuff. I think to each their own. But for us, it's really about the music
Mhm.
and the fact that, and the connection with the audience. I don't like for it to be something that feels like we're on stage, then there's like a barrier and it's an audience. We're all in the space together. We're all singing together. And for us, it's no holds barred. Like I'll be jumping around on stage. The band is going crazy. Obviously, there's also some very intimate, quiet moments as well. But through the whole journey, we're myself, my band, and everyone in the audience is going through this journey together. And I think that's what makes it special. It's what makes it spiritual. And I know for sure because I see the comments, I see the messages. People leave these shows feeling like they've been transformed, and I feel transformed after every show as well. So it's about music, it's about honesty, it's about love, it's about
And
connection.
it's about a mutual experience between you and the audience.
Most definitely, yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So now, what can we expect from your set list? Is it going to be different for different cities, or do you have something special planned for every city?
It's going to be slightly different. I think at its core, these shows are going to really spotlight my hits in the context of films. So everything from the beginning, from 2012 all the way up until now. And I think what it'll really be is like feel like this journey of from where we started to where we are now, and taking people on this whole arc. So it'll be primarily my film hits. Depending on the city, the languages will shift. Obviously, here in Bengaluru, we'll do my hits in Kannada and also Tamil and a couple other pieces. In Hyderabad, it'll be primarily Telugu. In Chennai, it'll be primarily Tamil. And so it'll be my film hits. We also love reinterpreting songs that I grew up listening to from the 90s. Some of my favorite songs to reinterpret is like Pudu Verde Mare from Roja. Just different songs that I've fallen in love with over the years, and like doing like cool remixes of them. And then some of my repertoire of my original music in English as well. And yeah, really, I think I've said it a couple times, but really taking the listener on a journey. We kind of build this whole arc of a set where from start to finish, it almost feels like a movie through music, and like some points of high tension and just like big release, and some points of just like going all out, rocking out, and then some points where it's just a guitarist and me singing a song like that's just very intimate, So it'll primarily, like I said, be my film hits with other pieces kind of interspersed as well.
So in these other, pieces that you're mentioning, will there be any kind of unreleased songs or surprises that you plan to give us?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to speak on the specifics or else it won't be a surprise.
Definitely no. But you
But
can give us, little hints and clues.
well, I've recently been working on a lot of original music in Indian languages, and we're releasing a song soon. It's in Tamil. So like that will be a part of the list, but there's other pieces that are unreleased I'm still working on. I'm sure I'm working on a few reinterpretations of really famous songs from the past that we've never performed before, that I cannot wait to do, and then potentially some collaborations and some guests as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a lot more than, just one single surprise.
Yeah.
But yes, now you've announced like the first phase of the homecoming tour. Will there be any additions of, more cities in the future, or will it be expanding, or going like abroad or to other countries?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay. Finally, my one last question to you is, what other projects or, films are you currently working on?
So,
The audience can hear you next.
yeah, I there are definitely new film songs that I've recorded recently. I tend not to speak on those before they come out, just to not jinx it and let people experience it when it happens. But there is stuff in the pipeline. I recently just started a joint venture between my own company called the Hybridist and Warner Music India, and that joint venture is specifically to release Indian language original music. I feel like over the years I've really gained a very unique perspective on music, specifically Indian music, and I'm excited to kind of take that perspective and put it into the music and give that to the world. So we have a bunch of new songs and pieces of music coming out by way of that partnership, and then more collaborations for sure. I think it's going to be a pretty busy 6 to 8 months going from now to like the end of the year and onwards. So there's a lot that's going to happen, and I can't wait to share all of it with the fans for sure.
Well, we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors, and I'm sure your audience will absolutely love it. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and you are listening to Indulge Podcast. For more such insightful conversations, subscribe and tune in. Thank you.